Today is May 5th, and this video is from Nirvan's lesson with Hussein about a week ago. So I'm just going to go very quickly, try to do this in one shot on what it is that it looks like to me that Nirvan is doing based on this video and a brief discussion on concerns about his backhand. So we just let the video run. One of the things I would ask you to do is to send me the videos in regular speed, not to use the Apple slow motion feature. Not necessary to do. I can go ahead and slow it down here on my analysis of footwork. So the first thing to just catch my eye is just the way he's not beginning his preparation correctly. Like right there, the feeds may be a little bit too fast. Hussein is doing, but like he sets up, he's not really set up. Like you look at his feet right here, right? He's doing a split step. He doesn't get time to bend his knees correctly, and that could be the feed, but it can be the feed, but also too just an awareness that he needs to be completely from a good set ready position when he is trying to practice technique. And it's a pretty simple thing to do. Now, one good rule also too that he needs to practice is, you can imagine that footwork as part of the stroke is extremely important, just so that you have constant movement and preparation, so that you are in good preparation when you start to execute the stroke. So Nirvan here, a good guideline is if you watch pros, even when they're relaxed, in between shots, there's about 7 to 9 steps that they may take. And you are taking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's not horrible, but you need a lot more. I mean, your lower body preparation is absolute trash. So the concerns that I have on the stroke, let's say, let's stop right here. We'll go frame by frame a little bit now. So the lift here, this part, it's not too bad. I don't mind the lift, but his uniturn, like the uniturn right here, his body doing the uniturn, all right? It's just the racket, like you want to turn and the hips rotate, the racket is taken back to a certain point. You could say position 1 on the take back for the one-hander here, and his hips should be turned. It should be turned more. It should be turned more in this direction. So he's not doing that, and this stroke is pretty evident in all the other strokes. But now I'm not concerned about him taking the racket back high. I'm not really concerned. I was never really concerned. It looks like that's the natural way he takes it back. But what my concern is this part right here, the distance from here down to here, right? And we're talking about the butt cap part of the racket. You know, this whole structure right here, from the shoulder down to the hand, to the handle of the racket. He does not bring it down as much as I would like. Like this, I believe this should be like right there. This arm structure right here should be right where this arrow is, right there. So he's accelerating in a downward motion, and the elbow is a little bit locked right here. So his knee is not bent; it's fairly locked straight. His right foot is right here is pointed too much towards the side of the court, to the side fence. This is probably going to be fairly consistent. Now look at this, the way his knee locks up there, like that he's going to have problems in the future if he doesn't learn to like keep the knee bent and be able to pivot on the front part of his feet. I like the way that his hip rotates right there. That's nice. I like the way that he does that. Now his left arm stays down a little bit, and that's okay. It could like lift up a little bit more, so that the structure is sort of like, at this point when he makes contact, the arm is out a little bit more like that. That's not too much of a big deal. Now we may have to take a closer look at other shots on his hip rotation to see if it's too much hip rotation, too much shoulder turn, and not enough use of the back muscle of the shoulder right there. There is an extreme looseness in his grip right here, like the way his wrist is positioned here, the way it sort of hangs there. I do not really like that. It looks as though the racket, the motion of the racket, the momentum of the racket head, is not going in an upward motion from here. It looks like the racket head motion is from the side of the wrist. It looks like the racket head is starting to the angle right here between the racket. Where his index finger meets the racket handle, that angle right there, where the wrist right there meets, you could say that seems to open up. That angle seems to get bigger. So the racket head is pushing forward in that direction. So that's not horrible, but it's conducive more to a echo. Stop. It's conducive more to a flat type of a hit. Again, his knee bend bothers me. So the way that the racket finishes right here, it should be more the racket is up like that. Sometimes he does do that good finish. He's very loose when he does it. Let's see if he does it on the next one. See, he's really loose, like right there. That's loose. That's awesome. I love the way that he's loose. But then again, we have that knee lock right there. We have the lack of preparation when he is, let's see, when he's doing his, like this is the beginning of it. Lack of preparation when he does, like his toe is facing almost, backwards, and that's no good. Okay, so knee lock again, not stroke.